Core Animation lets you take a scene and decompose it into layers. You can have a few layers, or you can have thousands of layers. Each of these layers can be text, images, motion, video, OpenGL, quartz compositions, almost anything. For each of these layers, you specify a start state, a goal state, and optionally, you can supply some keyframes in between. Now you're done. Core Animation will provide and manage the entire animation sequence between those states. So these states can include things like position, orientation, but also color, size, opacity, all sorts of things. And to really show you the power of this, I've got to show you a demo. So we started with a screensaver that we had in Tiger. And this screensaver in Tiger took us around 4,000 lines of code to write. There's a lot of OpenGL in there, around 4,000 lines of code. So the first thing we did was rewrite it in Core Animation. And in Core Animation, it's 400 lines of code. It's 1/10 the size. But once you get into Core Animation, this looks boring. We can do so much more. All these albums, they're on their own layer. So you can move them independently in 3D space. You can also, of course, move the camera around and fly. You can pick one album and flip it over and see what text tracks it has for the song track in the back. But even this is just scratching the surface of the power of Core Animation. Recently, we were running this iTunes commercial where we build a city out of albums. That was a movie. This is being built live. All we're telling Core Animation is where an album should start, where it should end, and optionally some keyframes in between. Core Animation does all the rest itself. This is not a movie you're watching. It is being produced live on here. It's in fact interactive. I can go ahead and I can zoom out. I can pick an album. We fly the camera around to it. Pick another album, flies around. It's just that simple. And this final demo application is still written in half the number of lines as that original screensaver. It takes 2,000 lines of code in Core Animation to do all of this.